Welcome back, everybody. We are here at the LCK, and we got another great matchup for you guys. Kingzone up against Gen.G. The match of two titans that Gen.G on a big winning streak, Kingzone as well. They've been up there at the top for a while, but also on a bit of a winning streak. Things are feeling good for both orgs. One of them has to lose tonight, but who's it going to be?
Gen.G.
My money's on Gen.G losing as well, but you never know. I mean, Kingzone coming in, they're looking strong, like one of the strongest teams. I kind of have them on my list to make it to the finals, which is part of the reason why I feel like Gen.G will struggle the most against them compared to some of the other teams they have defeated, but anything's possible here at the top of the list.
Yeah, and Kingzone, like we just said, we're both predicting to be the favorites coming into tonight's match against Gen.G. And Gen.G, you're going to have the work cut out for them. Something I tend to say pretty often whenever the underdogs go up against one of the top three. And it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. I'm not sure if the summer buff is going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, the autumn buff is quite a strong thing for Gen.G. It's called the autumn buff because they always come through, especially in the World Gauntlet, but you're close there. But we get your meaning. Gen.G, they always seem to power up towards the end of summer into the World's Gauntlet and somehow end up making Worlds over and over. And we're feeling it again. I mean, everything seems to be on track. I mean, Fly comes back into the mid lane, starts playing really well on his some new champions that really only he's playing nowadays, and CuVee's popping off on Gnar and GP just like the old days. Feels like the old Gen.G is back, but again, it will be hard tonight.
Well, let's take a look at the match points. Match between teams with 3-match win streak. Gen.G of Autumn versus Kingzone of second round. Gen.G defeated the strong teams Griffin and Sandbox. Can they do it again against Kingzone, who is waiting for its 9th win? And then the bottom is Best Bot in Korea Derby. Deft TusiN versus Ruler Life, a battle of pride. Well, I'm not so sure that Gen.G can do the trifecta. I don't think they can defeat all three.
I mean, it's been a very rough schedule for them so far. They proved it up against other great teams, but the difference between Sandbox, Griffin, and Kingzone is that Sandbox and Griffin, those two teams are kind of on a downswing. Both of them are not looking as strong as they used to, whereas Kingzone, just like Damwon, are kind of looking stronger than ever, which is why I think this matchup is different when you look at it for Gen.G. This is definitely a real test compared to some of the other teams. So they've already tested well up until this moment. This is kind of an interesting graph here. We get to see some hidden picks from both of the teams. Of course, support Volibear for life, as well as the top Tom Kench and Lux and Veigar in the mid lane.
Yeah, and also, I mean, take a look at the average game timer. This is almost complete polar opposites, right? You have the first place team going up against the 8th team, so it's not quite 10, but it is still going to be interesting to see how these two worlds end up colliding. And this might be the last time that we see Sir Thomas in the top lane, if he does appear here today.
Yeah.
As we're taking a look at some of the highlights, Joker making a quick donation right there. Here, Peanut was getting locked up on the Trundle. Summit trying to reach all the way in before the Yordle came over. Absolutely deplorable. Elemental Glacial players.
Sad to see, for sure.
It really is.
But CuVee almost forgot about this. He played a couple of games of Kennen, I believe, and this one in particular, where he's able to flash the wall. Seismic Shuffle, and their Stream Shuffle, and just get in front of it. The Emperor's Divide is the name of the ability. I don't know what's going on. Eventually got there, as you can see he did have a good couple of games, did CuVee. Also on the side of Kingzone, Hama Life decided, hey, let's give Cuzz Karthus, and then they lost. Also, TusiN survived for a million years.
And he used the Arthas Menethil Karthus in that game. So let's see here as Shelly trying to get the middle turret right here. but Deft said that he wanted to just assassinate via a piercing arrow. So, key player comparison tonight will be Deft against Ruler. Match record, not really going Ruler's way. 7-22.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Ruler a little bit behind on that one, but does have some other wins. He's ahead on CS per minute and also ahead on KDA. So he's got that going on for him. Both of these players very high on the damage percentage here, damage per minute for their team. They're both hardcore carries for their team. I feel like Deft has had a little bit more support from his teammates for longer, whereas the teammates of Ruler are finally coming through for him, and I think that's part of the reason why Gen.G have found some success. Nowadays, it's not just Ruler doing the hard carrying 1v9, he's got a team behind him. But absolutely, the focal point of the matchup is those two AD carries going head-to-head because they are the ones that try to take it into their own hands and do the carrying.
Yeah, and it will be CuVee here starting today as well as Fly, as we're seeing them take to the stage. You know, one of the questions I have been wondering, and unlikely that we'll see him here tonight, is, well, not just where is Cuzz, but where is Roach this whole time? In spring, he was even being flexed into the mid lane at certain points.
Yeah.
But so far, he has remained a ghost in the summer. Is that a hot pack?
Yeah.
Flight? We are... The sun is burning down on us up here at the caster desk. Okay? I am Niagara Falls below the desk right now.
Oh, boy.
He has a hot pack for his hands. Must be nice.
Yeah. They get the AC down there. Look at that giant vent behind them.
Oh, man.
They know what's up. Yeah. The players want to stay cool, chill, and ready to go to play the games, but we're under the hot lights up here. So there's definitely a stark contrast in terms of the temperatures, but can Kingzone heat up the rift? Haha, as they come into this one.
That was
truly
yeah,
some Twitch
chat lingo.
Really reaching for that one.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a look at some of the. I always like the flags. Usually I tell Atlas about this, but I'll tell you today. It's pretty good.
Big fan of the flags.
Every time I turn around, I'm like, where are they?
What's your favorite flag?
You mean like country flag? You mean one of these?
Just any flag.
Any flag?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to?
I was
is
originally
this a loaded question.
No. I was originally asking about country flags, national flags. But, you do whatever flags you want.
Okay.
Maybe you can get to me later on that question.
I think that the Canadian flag looks comfortable.
Comfortable?
It does look comfortable.
I think it's too red. I don't
no,
like all the red.
Like
if
you needed bed sheets, a Canadian flag comforter would probably go the best.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have like an American flag comforter, it's probably just Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go that way. Now a Korean flag or a Japanese flag, well, Japanese flag could probably be someone call the cops for murder. Maybe think that you you stab someone in the middle of the bed.
A little bit too much red in the wrong places. But yeah, we're ready to jump into this one. Enough topics on flags. We got League of Legends to play as Gen.G starting on blue. Kingzone going to be on the red. And that first ban is what I've been asking for. It's what Hanwha Life didn't do a couple of times. Do not give Cuzz the Karthus.
Karthus is banned away. Karma going to follow. Will either one of these teams pick up Mordekaiser? That is the question I am waiting to see. Because this is 9-13, where Mordekaiser is in my opinion, not a very good champion. I will reserve calling him bad outright, but he gets a lot worse in 9-14.
Yeah.
So he goes from bad to worse.
It really does, and it was bad when we saw him here. I like this ban. No more Corki. It's become too popular here in Korea, and they're just going to say no to that.
And as soon as Corki was banned, it looked like Naehyun was yawning. I think that he just woke up. You heard the Corki ban. He was like, wait, hold on. We're going to have to play something else. Is it going to be an Azir game, or perhaps? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, as if Naehyun hasn't played enough games of Azir. He'll be yawning after that one if he has to play that again. As Sejuani is going to be banned here. Another popular champ, but that does leave Yuumi available. That's a quick lock-in from Gen.G.
Is locked in. Lux now being hovered by Kingzone.
Yeah.
See if they end up locking it in, and perhaps they just accompany it outright with the ADC pick, or perhaps they want to wait to see what kind of a Yuumi that's going to be. But it does look like it will just be the ADC pick. So
yeah.
Varus and Lux.
Yeah,
will be the bottom lane. Yeah, that's a very obnoxious bottom lane.
I feel like you're taking away the Lux from Life and Fly, who both love it as well. TusiN has played a lot of Lux. Definitely high priority for both of the teams. We saw a lot of Deft Varus recently as well. Lethality and just normal on hit. And just standard Varus from Deft. So I like the Varus pick again.
And Skarner and Ezreal now locked in for Gen.G. And so now, if you're Kingzone, you could just pick the jungle and then try to pinch tops and mids if you want. Either which one. Nidalee would be really interesting. This would... Okay, we're not going to get Nidalee. It will be Gragas in the end. And now they're going to go into the bans. It's going to be Gangplank biting the dust, which would signify to me that it's probably not going to be a Jayce pick up in top lane, because otherwise you just wouldn't ban the Gangplank at all. You would implore CuVee to pick it. And Azir now banned away, so no Azir, no Corki. Lots of people rejoicing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
May have a little... You let the secret out there.
Yeah.
You're rejoicing as well.
Kali banned.
Yes.
Lots of TFT bans here.
Yeah, those are some good bans.
Yeah. Not that bad. And what is going to be the final ban for Gen.G? It's really hard. They're moving into both things blind. It looks like it will be Camille. And now, will Kingzone pick up Yasuo maybe to accompany the Gragas?
Well, they have to pick a solo laner. Unless we're going to be seeing a Lux flexed mid or a Gragas flexed top. Instead, I was wondering about this. Oh, okay, never mind. So they ban out the GP
really
and
weird.
they take Jayce anyway.
That's definitely a draft blunder.
Maybe they just feel like CuVee is way too good at GP, regardless.
Well, Gen.G now hovering the Volibear. No.
That's not it, Ruler.
That's not the right year. All right, Gnar. All right, so we're going a bit back in the past, except Yuumi is in the game. And all right, yeah, this is 2016. Now Valdez. That's what
2016 with Taliyah.
This is where we're going. Gnar, Jayce, Grog. We're in the past now.
Yeah.
So now Kingzone, they're left to pick a counter. And it really just expresses the level of confidence that Gen.G has to blind the Taliyah. And it looks like Kingzone are going to try to fight it with maybe a little block. Nope.
Oh,
swap to the Yasuo last second.
You gotta like that last second flex from the side of Kingzone. You'd imagine this would be heading into the top lane, perhaps? I don't know, because Naehyun has been known to play a lot of Jayce, so you got a little smile on Rascal, and looks like perhaps that prediction will be correct.
Eats Gnar alive. Ooh. He is really, really, really good against Gnar. So, it does look like he might end up in top. It's going to be 8 seconds until it's decided, and like you mentioned, Naehyun does like his Jayce. We'll see if they want to swap.
Oh! Swap. Okay. We're swapping it up. Naehyun will be on the Yasuo, and no eating of the Gnars up in the top lane. Will just be Rascal heading onto the Jayce.
Now the coaches will walk off. And we'll take a look at the team comps one last time before jumping into the game. First up will be the Gen.G one. Yuumi, Ezreal, Taliyah, Skarner. And then at the very top right there, as the camera's panning to it, Gnar. And so this team composition has a lot of pokiness to it, but it's going to rely on Skarner. The Gnar is very no-theme, as has been most of CuVee's champions.
Yeah, he just
in
picks
Summer. He just sort of picks what he wants to pick. Yeah. Right, heavy comfort. And now on the side of Kingzone, Jayce, Gragas, Yasuo, Varus, and Lux. Also lots of poke. In a very similar type of team composition, but definitely a lot more synergy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting ready now, guys, to jump into game number 1 of this magnificent series. Gen.G on a roll up against Kingzone on a roll. Let's hop into game 1. The Gen.G fans were always very vocal, but now that they're winning, and on our side of the desk, it is even more apparent that they really want their team to win.
Let's see how the openings are going to be. It looks like safety will be had by both of these parties. That Elementalist Lux? Did not get a quick look at the skin.
If he's smart, he will take the Steel Legion Lux. That is the cheater skin.
Oh.
As another pause, we've been having a lot of those today.
All right, well.
It's going against the meta of the current LCK.
You can never quite use enough of these lights.
Yeah.
Up above us.
Just in case, you know, they need to put us on camera.
Oh. It's on the other side now of the stadium.
And even Peanut's saying.
You know what, this doesn't quite look right to me.
They banned his GP. Is this okay?
This is CuVee's PC. You can see here the FPS is not that good. This is where someone from Twitch chat or YouTube chat says, well, the human eye can't even see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain limit to us humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how Peanut's kind of taking over control. He's like, here, Young, I got this. Don't worry. Actually, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't use Young. I don't actually know who's older. Do you know who's older? Peanut?
Peanut's 98, right?
Yes.
Peanut is 98. I'm not sure. I'm just waiting for the whisper in our ear so that I can sound like I...
Son, this is where you
She's not even listening right now. She's playing TFT. She's playing TFT. You already know it.
She said 98, but...
That's not a month.
I'm not sure
now he's arguing.
If that was Peanut or... were we talking about CuVee there?
You need to just voice over this right now. It's like, I can't believe what they're saying about us. It's absolutely ridiculous.
All right, hold on. I'm going to check
so
myself.
Not fun.
Can't believe this is the second time we've had this problem.
One caster in the beige is...
Those are some nice drawings.
Oh, those are actually really nice.
What are you doing? Wake up. You have to go on a win streak.
Yeah, Yunsen Heaji have to get the win streak.
Yes, that is
Those
great.
are actually really, really nice. Those are very well done, especially because... Is that a hot pack on his neck? He needs to get up here. What is he doing? The audacity, so Valdez.
I got the inside information.
Yeah, hit me with it.
CuVee is born in 1996. Peanut is 98, so I was correct. CuVee is older.
Does this mean Ji-sun lied to us? Didn't she say 98?
No, she was saying 98 about Peanut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Forgiven.
So that forgiven. Oh, the lights are off.
I feel like the Undertaker's about to come in with that blue hue.
Yeah. You watch a lot of wrestling when you were a kid?
No, but earlier tonight when we were talking about the streak,
the
streak is a pretty iconic thing.
That's true.
You know, so just made me think of it.
Oh boy, Peanut, he is in a lot of trouble. He's gonna have to flash here, and he's gonna heal and flash and still go down. First blood given over to Naehyun, and why is Ruler and Yuumi in the jungle? They're trying to trade onto TusiN here. Okay, and life is gonna get away for sure. But Ruler is absolutely not going to get away. So, okay, the flash.
What?
He's not messing around. Okay, he's trying to, okay, well, he aggroed that Grom, nice try, but he just gives another kill over to Naehyun as well as blowing his own flash, so.
The only thing I can think why he would flash is to make them chase him so that the first minions all do die, and so it's an even battle. rather than Deft getting to the lane and there still being 6 minions, but I wasn't quite paying attention to the minimap. That's the only thing I can entertain as being a possibility. It would be really surprising if he calculates that into his death, willing to blow his flash to guarantee that the XP differential is minimized down in bottom. Definitely not a situation that you get in all that often, but it would really be a testament to his quick thinking if that was the case. I'm not sure if it is, but otherwise it's just a complete blunder.
Yeah. I kind of doubt, he was thinking that far away. It seemed like an impulse play. Maybe he could flash away, get another Q onto the Gragas, but either way, Gragas lives, he dies, as well as his flash dying. So that is now 2 kills on Naehyun on the Yasuo mid. This is not supposed to happen. This is not solo queue, guys.
Are you sure?
Just in case you were wondering and you weren't sure.
Ruler's thinking to himself, of course, enemy team Yasuo. That's what he's thinking right now.
Of course. Team had to defeat him. He was the 5-head that was going
we're gonna
the XP deny, right? With his flash.
Yeah. And Naehyun is so far ahead right now in the middle lane. We take a look at this life. He has Gathering Storm as well on the Yuumi. Cut down that Presence of Mind? Yep, Presence of Mind.
Yeah, pretty common.
Riot really lost out on the ability to make like the Galaxy Brain.
Yeah.
Sort of like a rune,
I mean, Transcendence is a little bit close, right? It's about as close as it gets.
Well, taking a look at all of the runes here across the board. Lethal Tempo, the rune of choice for Varus. Predator on the Gragas. And Electrocute up there for Rascal on the...
And TusiN just got a kill. As Ruler died. I don't even know how that happened here. He doesn't have his TP. He's going to miss this entire wave.
Yeah, and that's a cannon wave, too.
Yeah.
So, while Life might be able to benefit a little bit, although killing Yuumi is like walking over honey fruit, so it's not really that difficult in the event that her host is not around. Take a look.
Oh,
one more time.
Ruler.
Oh, man. TusiN just baited that so well. I like how the cat abandoned ship. It's like, you know what? I'm not going down here.
I'm out of here.
Rose let go. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, boy. Well, this has turned into the epic matchup of Ruler versus Deft into kind of Luller in the bottom lane, unfortunately. We'll see if he can come back from this one, but perhaps a little bit of poor decision-making, underestimating the Lux and her potential, as TusiN showed him who is boss.
All right, well, this game is not starting off that well for Kingzone. They are definitely feeling the heat. Cuzz down here to add insult to injury, the wave coming into Kingzone. This is an awful time for Ruler to die.
Oh, boy.
And
okay, he's a bit far away, but the binding
will.
is going to land. And you can see yourself goodbye. Show yourself out the door.
Did lose the ability to freeze. If they could have froze that lane, it just ends. 100% it just ends. Ezreal says go next.
I mean, we're kind of in that territory already.
Yeah, we're almost. I'm looking back right now to see if maybe he alt-tabbed into a game of TFT. He hasn't.
Not yet. There's still a chance.
But I wouldn't blame him, fellas. I'll tell you that much. As Infernal Drake, let's take a look at what it gives Gragas for stats. He got 7 AD.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah. Doesn't really have AP yet.
Yeah, he doesn't really have AP. But 7 AD, I mean, almost a longsword. And that's for Gragas. So imagine what it's giving the Varus of the Jayce.
Yeah. It's just the kills on the Yasuo carry in the mid lane, and also that the Ezreal is not scaling at all. And it's already 1,500 gold lead in this game. And we're only 6 minutes in, plus the Infernal. So, I mean, this is going to have to be a magnificent comeback. Generally, you know, in solo queue, sometimes you can see comebacks from here. It's a little bit rare, but it happens. But in top-level play, I mean, Kingzone, if they play a perfect game from here, I mean, you're just kind of kissing your chances goodbye.
Yeah. That's going to be a plate now going down to TusiN and Deft as well. As Fly maybe looking to come down to make something happen, but he's warded out. Ping's going down onto the Golem.
CuVee hopping forward after taking what looks like a big chunk in the trade up against Rascal, as good timing from Cuzz here. It is going to be the Gnar. Nice flash away, though, from CuVee to make sure he does survive.
And now Rascal has the lane coming into him, and Gragas in close proximity, so I'm not entirely sure why he's pushing it out. A little bit surprising right there. And now also the wave is actually coming into Deft and TusiN, so we'll see what they do. Perhaps they just want to get that last turret plate rather than play safe and let the lane come in.
There's still so much time, right? There's
Yeah.
so much opportunity for them from this far ahead already to just get the entire turret of plates, so might as well just try to push it in. As here we go, Peanut coming in. He is level 6, trying to flash in here. He'll accept that Lux. See if TusiN can go down. He's got no summoner, so that is a very nice alley-oop. Going to be handed over to the Yuumi, actually, who picks up the gold.
And with that, they do offset some of the pressure down in the bottom lane. Ruler also has his teleport available. Deft as well. Although we panned to top lane, and CuVee, he was getting clown bopped right there by that Jayce. He's going to be able to teleport back, though. It's not the end of the world for him. As we take another quick look at the replay, and you can see the lane's coming in from Deft. There's no reason to piercing hour right here, especially because your jungler's passing bot. And so they get punished for their greed, as Peanut was there.
Why does Life auto-attack there at the end? What do you think? I mean, the Lux is 100,000% dead. But still going for the kill there is Life. He's fed up
Life
with
wants
his
to
bottom
become
lane.
Death.
Yeah.
This is the biggest heel turn in history.
He's like, guys, just wait for my Majai's power spike.
Yeah.
I'm coming in. If you guys don't want to carry me, I guess I'll have to do it this time.
Absolutely. I can't wait for the next Yuumi skin.
Oh, you know it's coming.
It better. It better be.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, this actually makes me think. You know the Mundo that they show every time before the games? Before it cuts to us at the very beginning? It has the X on it. I think that has to do with the 10-year anniversary, right?
Really? Oh. I didn't
it's LoL's 10-year anniversary soon.
It's coming in eventually.
It is, yeah. So I think that maybe that Mundo's alluding to a new Mundo skin. Probably not.
You remember the Mundo meadows that we had here?
Oh, I love them. I love them. There's nothing more in the world that I love than Mundo. And if we could have blind picks so that we could have...
Boy.
Oh,
look at the timing here. Cuzz trying to dunk on him here. Is going to pick up the kill, but he's dead. Oh, he's going to stopwatch. Okay. Nicely done. He has the item ready to go. As now Peanut thinking about going in himself, but that's not going to happen. Just picking up the farm. As it was perfect timing from Cuzz right when he went back into hyper mode. He just says, hello. Nice dunk into the flash body slam, and he puts him in the ground.
He ends up getting the plate there as well. And so now the Jayce is going to look to recall. Although, maybe he's not going to recall. He's coming down into River to maybe check on the Spire and where Skarner's location is. Naehyun, meanwhile, in mid lane, despite the 2-0 start, he hasn't really managed to accrue that much of a CS advantage. Bottom lane continuing to push in yet again. And, yeah. Kingzone, 2.4 thousand gold lead. Another Infernal coming up in just a second here. Neither top laner really going to be able to do anything for this unless CuVee would want to sacrifice top turret and run all the way down.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too worth it. It's kind of unfortunate dragon rolls for Gen.G, just given the way that this game has gone. But you got to be happy if you're a Kingzone fan, as Rascal not backing off of this one. Going to get CuVee as low as possible to just put even more pressure on this top lane. There's no TP. We'll see if he can pick up another plate as his team is looking to take the Infernal the second time.
Kingzone are in position to do so. Ruler doesn't really have that much ammo to fight with. As Kingzone, they can probably just start it up. Well, they're definitely being Captain Careful right now.
Oh, here we go. Now we're diving. CuVee, nice play behind the turret, but it's not going to be enough to survive as Rascal knows his limits, and he's going to pick up another kill.
He ends up getting the solo kill up in top lane, and the morale for this Gen.G team.
Oh, they're going to just dunk him down. The smite comes in as Peanut. He had to smite just for health, but it's not enough. He dies anyway as Kingzone are just raffle stomping this team into the ground.
Yeah. I don't recall the last time I saw such a blowout in an early game.
Oh, it's been a while.
It has really been a while.
I mean, we're looking at level 1 shenanigans. We're looking at solo kill dives on turrets. We're looking at an 0-3-80 carry.
Yeah, this really is looking like Kingzone versus FLICKR here in game number 1. You take a look, Peanut, he comes over the wall. Cuzz said, no, not today. Smite comes down, 200 HP early, and as you mentioned, he's smited just for HP. Fly not able to find a kill up right there. And like I was saying, the morale has to be so low right now for Gen.G here in this game number 1.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more tilting than this.
Yeah.
As we said, you know, having it be this one-sided is, you know, it's rough. Even as a experienced pro gamer, it's not going to sting any less when you get just stomped this hard in the early game. And yeah, now it's 2 Infernals into a mountain. So Kingzone are like, well, we're feeling pretty good today. We've been practicing our RNG skills, and they've been working out for us today.
Well, Peanut going to try to make something happen up here in top lane. But just the current game state, it's so brutal right now across the board. All the item completions on the side of Kingzone, the Infernal Drakes amplifying all of their damage. Peanut, he's going for a very coin flippy play. Ended up showing himself.
Yeah.
As the Rift Herald is on the menu right now for Kingzone. Can TusiN land that?
Yeah, it was close. Nice try on the final spark there at the end. But you got to admire it. I mean, if CuVee didn't have his flash, he was 100% dead, but at least they're able to get that summoner away. Shelly coming down here now. There's no plates to take anymore, but already the top turret's going down. They can rotate. They take that away. Don't really care about this bottom one. They're getting so many wins elsewhere on the map.
Yeah. Shelly going to come in here in mid lane. No plates to take, but that's still going to be completely fine. First turret has already gone the way of Kingzone. 6,000 gold lead likely to be what it is after this turret falls. And Gen.G are going to have a lot of difficulty stabilizing inside of this game. As
how about another charge?
One more hit. Yuumi is not around.
They just refuse to back.
They don't want to take the inhibitor, though.
Yeah.
It's too early to take the inhibitor. If Kingzone took the inhibitor, it would actually benefit Gen.G. So even though they have all their members right here, they could definitely make a fight for it. It's a lot better of a decision to back off and not take it, because if you do take it, super minions are going to deny you XP. They're going to constantly push in the wave. You're basically giving Gen.G a lane up over you in terms of advantage, and then 15 minutes is way too early to go for game-ending plays. Baron's not available, no neutral objective up on the map. Doesn't really matter if you get access to some parts of their jungle. Just the comeback XP and the way that the minions will work in the side lanes as well will inevitably play against Kingzone despite their advantage.
Yeah, so they make the smart play. I mean, it's not even worth taking the risk, even if you thought taking the inhibitor was a good idea. They're just going to back away. And we take a look at the golds here, just to see what the spread is like. It's mostly 1,000 amongst, you know, the bottom side, but in the top lane, it's over 2,000. As Rascal already a kill and an assist, and all of those plates up in the top lane, basically. So, stacking up the gold there for the Jayce, already up 40 CS. And take a look at Cuzz's items. It's not only when he plays the Karthus that he buys this. He buys Medai's when he's ahead on any AP jungler. He's having a bit of fun in this game, no doubt.
You're not going for a play there against Rascal, who doesn't have his flash at no.
He's going for it anyway.
You got
we'll
it.
See if he can still get the kill. The damage is not that great as Rascal trying to trade it back. He's going to get the knockback, but CuVee will get that last auto as he changes into the Mega Gnar just barely.
Yeah, just at the very, very end. And it does come at a bit of a sacrifice. They are conceding everything down in bottom. Unsure. I think Deft and TusiN get this before Taliyah arrives.
Taliyah's fast. She's on her.
Oh, well, Deft charged up his arrow, so it could have been a pretty close race, but they elected for the wave clear as the primary focus.
Yeah. Absolutely. As Cuzz is already doing a bit of damage. Mountain Drake is alive and well, but not for long, as it should be going into the pockets here of Kingzone. Not wasting any time. They want to roll as many Drakes as possible. They're very far ahead, so no question that Gen.G. And yeah, how about a third one? Why not? You know, feeling pretty good about their Drake rolls so far this game.
And this was almost looking like a pretty sad moment. And it almost looked like Peanut wasn't quite going to be able to get the Impale, but nonetheless he did. And then CuVee with the transform right there at the very end. Don't think it was necessary to survive the last turret shot, but it doesn't matter. It's an automatic trigger. And so Magi Soul Stealer, by the way, picked up on Cuzz.
Oh, yeah.
Gragas is...
Any AP jungler, if he gets ahead, that's his go-to second item.
TusiN takes a bit of a hit right there. And everything right now on the side of Gen.G is looking very, very grim. Still a 6,500 gold advantage for Kingzone, but they have 2 Infernal Dragons and a Mountain. So as soon as the Baron comes up, with the Yasuo especially, and the Varus and the Jayce, they can just eat through it instantly, and there's going to be nothing that Gen.G can do to stop it.
Kingzone coming in as 4 up in the top side, but not looking to dive any turrets or anything like that. Not really in a rush here. I mean, you can just kind of sit back, wait for a third Infernal, pick up Baron, and push to end. You don't want to go for any super risky plays and risk losing the 3 stacks on our Gragas jungle.
3.5 minutes until the Infernal Dragon comes up. And Kingzone should just be content to sit pretty with how everything is. Okay, well, this is the story of a very angry, furry little animal that is not Gizmo. Although Gnar does look like Gizmo. You ever see Gizmo?
No, what is that?
You don't know Gizmo? Wait, really?
What is that?
Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know. What do you mean? You're the guy who knows.
Gremlins.
Oh, the Gremlins. No, yeah.
Gizmo, the little Furby-looking thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know
Furby,
but I don't really. I never saw the Gremlins, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those that I skipped.
Okay. I'm just gonna forget you said that.
I saw the ratings.
You're gonna look it up in the break
on Yahoo.com, and I'm like, nah.
Who.com.
Back when I'm like.
Next thing you're gonna talk about is AIM and Skype.
Yeah. Skype.
Skype. That's so 2016.
Yeah. That old technology.
Well, they weren't able to find anything.
Yeah.
The Gnar and the Skarner.
It does feel like Kingzone are just kind of sitting around the Drake. They're like, can you spawn any slower? We're just waiting for you. As, okay, well, now we're waiting for the kill on a CuVee here, as he's in the death chamber immediately. Deft is going to shut that down real quick.
And Rascal and Deft now are going to pick up the bottom tier 2 turret. And a minute and a half until the next Infernal Dragon coming up. As the itemization is just so imbalanced across every single champion in the game right now. And also, interesting, it does look like Ruler is going to go Blade of the Ruin King here on Ezreal. Even though there is no tanks on the side of Kingzone.
Yeah, Cuzz doesn't count.
No, he's going AP Gragas as well.
And, well, Peanut looking for it. Someone has to face check, I assume. And yeah, at least he's very fast. He's got the zoomies there with Yuumi on his back. This has kind of been the new build that Deft has been going for on the Varus, by the way. The Essence Reaver into IE. He's stacking up tons of AD. And he still hits like a truck. It's not the lethality Varus, but his Qs are still pretty massive. As Gen.G trying to pull the map apart, but Kingzone have one direction in mind, and that's forward down the mid lane.
40 seconds until the Infernal Dragon, and realistically, Gen.G should just be thinking to give it up, but instead it looks like they have donations on their mind.
Oh boy, there's that knock-up as Ruler is going to flash away, but the cask is good. That'll get a couple more stacks for our jungler. Nice wall, by the way, from Fly. You can tell he knows how to play that champ as the TPs are coming in. Kingzone not wanting to stop it here. As Deft is actually going to flash away from that one as Cuzz, okay. Just going to run to the side there. Not really on target, buddy. But it's a nice little try as the flash gets them away.
It was a really, really heavy commitment by Kingzone, and what they're thinking is that if they can get more members, they can go for a game-ending push, potentially. But from my perspective, it really is a little bit reckless. They committed a lot of summoners in order to attempt that play. It backfired, which is going to be beneficial now for Gen.G, and they also slowed down the ability to just go immediately over to the Baron and capture it, which they'll probably do after a recall, but nonetheless, we'll take a look at how this all transpires. Ruler able to almost get out of harm's way via the Arcane Shift and the Flash, and then Life abandons ship yet again, hops on to her Scorpion, and then it was a full-on retreat. Fly turns around, going for the seismic sub. Deft flashes it, using the Tendrils of the Corruption, and then Gragas, he had a little bit too much to drink tonight, so.
Yeah. That's very apparent, so you can all see that. Even the TP in from Deft, it's like these guys are fooling around. They're just like, come on, get out of the game already. Trying to style a bit. As now, they have the Baron available, and they can just kind of run at it and taunt Gen.G, saying, come at us, bros. See if they take the bait.
All right, well, Kingzone.
Oh boy, Chains of Corruption's gonna go down. Trying to get that final chapter down, but Peanut, nobody basically has their summoners now. Nice try on the knock-up.
That's a donation.
Yeah, CuVee thought, hey guys, we're fighting, right?
Mana burn right there. Couldn't quite get the transform off.
Yeah, feels bad.
Yeah.
As Naehyun, hello. And he's going to miss that knockup. Nice try. That would have been a nice little play if he actually hit that one and went for it. The wall coming in, and that will be blocked. As they're really just kind of having fun at this point. Kingzone now is going to just run at the Baron and say, what can you realistically do here?
Well, what you can do is you can...
oh boy, get knocked up. And it doesn't look like they're getting back up again. And down she goes. And the Baron will as well. Kingzone dominating, 11,000 gold ahead. This is not a close game, guys.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I checked my charts. Even though I'm a play-by-play, I still understand that this is not very close.
I mean, it looks close. All right, the champs are in pretty close vicinity to one another, Valdez. So let's take a look at the replay here. As I'm not sure what Peanut was doing, but decided to go golden. And then right here, you can see Gnar not able to get his transform off. We just talked about this, the mana burn. It's a really sad thing. Unfortunate event. And then Fly looking to fly in the game as he got knocked up by the wind right there as Naehyun helping finish him off. Baron captured, and then there's really not much to do for Gen.G. We're just sort of waiting for Kingzone to stop KDA farming. That'd be real great. Yeah. But instead, we're having to continuously keep talking about this, so.
They want to get their Baron and Dragon score up very high.
Yeah, they're really going for these stats here.
Well,
this is like that. You ever play a card game with that one friend that they just want to get their combo off, but you can see that they're about to, so you just concede and then they yell at you?
Yeah.
They're like, no, you have to keep playing. They slam the desk.
Yeah. As we're just diving now. Looks like he might have even had a stone play, but it just doesn't matter. As the wind wall comes in, they have the styling on them, and Cuzz has so many stacks now. The AP damage is actually real in this game. TusiN nearly going to die for a third time amongst all of this glorious damage. As Kingzone pushing on, Naehyun says, no, I got to go back home. I'm not ready. I'm not going to stay here. You guys got this, right? And they will take that inhibitor. Kingzone pushing on for more.
TusiN has teleport available. He's probably just going to go home after throwing his prismatic barrier.
What? Ruler just eat into that one. It's like, take me with you. I don't want to be on Team Blue. I want to be on Team Red.
Are you a Team Blue or Red guy?
Definitely Team Blue.
The correct answer is yes.
Okay. I'm a Team Green guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That only released in Japan, right?
Yeah. As, okay, not wasting any time. Fly is flying again. Not the first time we've seen that. Is okay. That's going to be the end of that in 27 minutes of Kingzone fun. A nice little picture there at the end. As that, again, I will reiterate, was not a close game. We thought this was going to be Kingzone-sided, but it just ended up being kind of Kingzone versus what was that?
Well, this game was a little bit of a snowball. You know, we're in the middle of summer, and yet I think I just saw a snowman, Valdez. That was
Yeah.
not something that you normally get to see in 2019 League of Legends. At least not to that extent here in the LCK. These fans are not amused.
One on the left says it's her first time here. She's a Naehyun fan. The one on the right says, I followed her here.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably doesn't really know.
Look at this guy's
What's going
shirt.
on
It
here?
says good time.
Good time.
He's probably having a good time after that game.
He's Kingzone fan, so
Yeah.
you know he was. They really want a penta kill for Deft. That middle sign says penta, 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 penta. And then some other stuff.
You know what that just reminded me of is the buffalo.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The sentence that's just
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the Badger song.
Okay.
You remember that one?
No.
Badger, 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 Badger. You don't know that song?
No.
Go look it up in the break.
You need to look up Gizmo
Fine,
in
you're
the
a
break.
disgrace.
What? What did you say?
I'm sorry.
It's alright, I forgive you.
Oh, boy. Well, there were some people having fun in that game. It was pretty fun to cast, although it was a landslide. We know who the real winners were there, the Kingzone fans. Kingzone were kind of like, okay, well, we're going to end this as soon as possible after we farm up some KDA. And
Yeah.
they did farm up a lot of KDA. Lots of kills, a bunch of stacks for Cuzz. I wonder if he hit 25 at the end. Actually, there's a legitimate chance that he did, so.
We're going to take a look
You don't know.
at stats, I believe TusiN just said.
Yeah, that's generally what happens next.
All right.
Yeah. But we gotta wait for the Korean casters to
You
say
gotta-
we're going into the stats.
Right.
Yeah, we don't get to lead the show here, LS.
You know, I have pretty low standards, but
Yeah, I know.
wasn't really that impressed. They gave up a couple kills that game, so take a look right there. Three kills given up. Unacceptable. So, game does not get that high of a rating from me, all right? So, Kingzone, they're going to have to step it up in game number 2. As this game, Jayce, he did a pretty good job. He got the solo kill onto CuVee up in top lane. But really, it was just snowball after the early game. Now, I've never seen a Yasuo that starts with 2 kills pre-5 minutes.
That's a feat in itself.
That is pretty impressive.
Congratulations to Naehyun. I mean, he almost did less damage than his lane
He is
opponents.
a pacifist.
Starting 2-0. He got first blood, too, so that's a little extra gold there for Naehyun. Just farming it out, you know?
Yeah.
Cuzz and the rest of them taking the damage there. So not much else to say. That was about as one-sided as it gets. So we'll hope that game number 2 and maybe even 3 can be more competitive. Until then, we'll go to the break.
해봐.
백건 그냥
안쪽에
던질게.
들어왔는데. 오케이.
걸어도 돼, 그냥 걸어도 돼.
오케이.
살아야 돼.
살아야 돼.
실드. 타워.
타워. 이제 곧 메가다.
여기 있을게. 빡.
나를
나와줄게.
나봐. 실드. 이제 비자 빠졌어. 내가 준비해야 돼. 이제 궁 없다.
오면 막아줄게 내가. 나를.
나 실드 2초.
내 궁은 반응 못한 거야 난 얘기.
오케이, 실드 받고 그냥 타워 칠 수 있어?
나 죽겠다 다시 가는 중. 나 없는 거야 그거. 괜찮아.
그럼 지금부터 사운드 테스트 진행하십니다.
사운드 테스트.
그다음에 적들의 움직임이 수상해. 플레이 얘 좀 봐줘.
네.
테디 지금 바텀 보고 있는 거야? 플레이드 갱주.
보스터 여기 좀 봐줘.
똥플릭 상황 보고 있는 거야?
적들의 움직임이 수상해.
더블리 갱은 언제 오는 거야?
안 감. 이거 봐.
잘 들리시고 있네. 네. 자,
나올 준비. 왜 보고 있는 거야?
아 그거 괜찮아. 큐베 죽으면 그거 해. 큐베 상황 보고 있는 거야? 진짜. 요거
알았지. 할 수 있다 생각하고 하라고.
정신 차려야겠습니다.
괜찮아.
뭐 노래 불러줘요?
시작 전에 불러줘.
When you try your best. 나 이거 노래 안 들었는데 알 것 같아.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
멘탈에 영향이.
알았어 안 할게.
좋아. 계속 한 소절만 더 해봐.
When you give what you know, not what you need.
약간 스페인어 같은데.
오케이.
대현이 형 긴장되면 말을 제가 계속 불러드릴게요. 갑자기 정해도 불러줄게요. 껌 있는 분. 생각해보니까 껌은 안 씹었네.
요즘 메타 껌 안 씹는 메타야.
아 그래?
안 먹냐 요즘?
껌 씹으면 저.
요즘 껌 안 씹냐?
네.
헐.
껌 씹을 시간에 말해야 된다.
헐.
나 풀어줘.
이래.
나 괜찮아.
이긴 거 같거든?
이거 왔다 이거 왔다.
프레이.
나왔어 이동. 이거 조이 높여. 오케이 이겼다.
따라할 수 있다.
조이 높여. 아 다행이다.
오케이 이겼다. 오케이. 피팀 왜 이렇게 잘해?
서울의 밤 멈추러 간 도시 걸먹걸먹 걸으며
날들이 내 잃어버린 날들이.
집중합시다. 에이스 있어요.
빨리 못 오거든.
이거 레드 줄게.
야 아지르 봐줘 아지르.
아 우연히 봐. 아들. 아 자동차 있거든?
깼어. 많이 끝났어.
나이스.
그냥 기인 형 파밍하다가 그냥
아 어떻게 카멜이 세즈보다 딜량이 낮냐?
아 네가 해보라고 야. 네가 그럴 거면 가렌해라 가렌. 어? 그래 가렌할까 이거? 가렌해라 진짜. 가렌할까? 나 같으면 딜량 5천 넣을 거면 가렌한다. 딜량 5천이었냐?
5,000원이야. 내가 딜량 2등이야 우리 팀.
뽀삐 저번에 뽀삐 잘하는 와.
뽀삐 아닌 것 같아.
뽀삐 나한테 배울래?
뽀삐 못하냐?
인형 사이언 제이스 상대로 사이언 얼마나
아니 가렌하니까? 아니 사이온을 왜 하냐고. 할 거면 오른을 하지.